Wait, wasn't ready, right?
I'll tell you right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
I'm just hoping these movies get better.
No, no, they have to get worse.
Oh man.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
No, nobody ever learns their lesson.
I guess we don't.
I mean, I'm tempted to look for Tekken 2, but hey, man, when the IMDb ratings tell you that one is a 4.8 and you hated that movie, and
Yeah.
you see that the other one is a 2.8, you don't know. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't
I'll,
step on
I'll
the
just
bed.
say watch the cutscenes. Watch like a collage of the cutscenes.
Somebody's probably got a supercut up on YouTube.
Yeah, that could be your Tekken movie.
Mhm. Because
Yeah.
it's better than this one.
So
Damn.
today's movie is Tekken for our theatrical video game movie verdict.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, this is also garbage. It is. I We saw Legend of Chun-Li last week, and that was a movie that was hilariously bad. Um, and this is no better. I don't know which one I think is worse. I still don't think they're as bad as Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but it's pretty trash. Not as trash as Uwe Boll, because at least this didn't have terrible acting, had bad acting.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I'm sitting there like I can't even watch this.
I
This guy's-
think Kazuya just barely gets it over Legend of Chun-Li.
Okay.
Just
All
like
right.
barely.
All right.
Like it got one like ladder rung over.
Okay. So
It,
with
it-
that
it-
said, do you want to go into the movie first, or you got? do you
let's
have
go
any news?
into some other stuff first, then we go and shit this movie. I've been watching The Boys. It started on back up on Amazon Prime. The Boys is based on a Wildstorm comic that went to Dynamic Comics. It's about a group of guys that are against heroes and they try to fight them and things like that. There's a big, more complex story, but I'm trying to give it the easier way to explain it. The Justice League is kind of Justice League is supposed to be like the famous heroes and stuff like that, but they're kind of shady in their own ways and they don't have any regards to anyone else but themselves, kind of shit. So there are like the celebrities, and then you have the boys that are going after them, and because they did a lot of crazy shit that they don't get held accountable for and stuff like that. The show starts off like the first show on the Amazon Prime one. The speedster, I think his name's A Train. He runs the super speed and runs into the protagonist's girlfriend and just like destroys her.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the scene is just him holding her hands, and whole body is like mish of blood. And starts off like that, and then he kind of wants revenge after A Train, and he meets the guy named Butcher. Butcher was kind of on the verge of trying to get revenge on Homelander, which is their Superman, because he kidnapped, or he killed his wife and things like that. So there's a lot of like revenge story into it. It's very like if Justice League was kind of like evil in that sense kind of thing, but they're good, but they're evil in a way. They're corrupt. They're owned by a corporation, things like that. It's interesting. It's a really interesting story. I definitely check it out. I've been watching that. The first season 2 just started. It has the first 4 episodes up. I recommend everyone watching it. It's crazy and weird. There's a lot of weird shit in that show.
Okay. Gotcha. I don't know anything about it, but everything I've heard about the show is like it's really good.
It's
so.
crazy. It is pretty fucking crazy. There's a lot of weird shit, like really weird shit in it too. Like you'd be like, oh.
Like people eating poop or something?
No. There's like all right. I'll give you an example of one. They have like a Reed Richards kind of person, and you see him like on one chair with 2 girls and like making out and things like that, and then you see him stretching and giving a head to a dude on the other side.
Hey, listen, it's 2020.
Yeah, it's just like crazy shit. Like there's a lot of random shit like that. It's a weird fucking show, but it's pretty interesting. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I've been watching that. I've been getting more into Avengers. I just finished the campaign. I'm doing the now. It just becomes repetitive. This is where it becomes like Destiny. That you gotta go in, do your dailies, do your little vault here, some extra missions there, and just building up your character and trying to get your stuff up until the next big like DLC comes out.
So wait, the multiplayer is not like a story?
The multiplayer has a story, like a end story. There's some like story elements, like they have the shield missions that they actually have a story to it. You're going after Taskmaster again. Like Taskmaster is like behind all the fucking plans, somewhat somehow.
Okay.
You also have the girl that was helping out. If spoiler alert, if you didn't finish the game, there's a girl that's helping out AIM. She kind of takes over as AIM's lead director, and she's still kind of trying to take over shit. But like right now, it just becomes a grind of just leveling up your characters and building it up from there.
Do they make it really hard to level up?
Not really.
have to grind
It's
it?
easy to do. You just gotta grind. You gotta do a couple missions here and there. You get some, like right now at the moment, because the fact that I'm not at the highest at the 50 rank, like 50 is the max.
Okay.
Like none of the pieces really matter until you actually get the master pieces.
But what I'm trying to see what's the because at Destiny, it has an established loop
Yeah.
of at least they give you the missions to pick up, but you're doing something usually related to I don't want to say story, but some type of event, some type of thing to do that they made up for the game. So instead of finishing the story in this game, what are your characters doing?
Well, you have two factions that all have like goals and things for you to do. You have the shield, and you have the inhuman stuff. Then you have little missions per character. Then you actually have missions per like for the shield. You also have like vault missions and things like that. So there's a lot of things to do.
No,
in
but I
that
mean, like,
sense.
what specifically are the actions you're doing? So,
Um,
like, in Destiny, say you would be going to some temple to retrieve this thing
Yeah, something
as
very
one of
similar
the
to that.
missions.
So very similar
Like,
to that. You're going to
so
AIM headquarters, taking out the technology, or
okay,
saving Inhumans is one of the two.
got you.
And
So they
every AIM headquarters look the same.
that's where
Yeah,
they fall flat.
yeah.
Okay, got you.
It's a
So
little
they do.
disappointing with that. Like I'm just saying.
See, see what I had thought it was just what Ultimate Alliance used to be.
Yeah,
Was just, oh, you finished the main story. Here's another story with multiplayer. That's what
yeah.
I thought it was, but
No,
apparently it's got something
it's just
else.
like
Okay.
an aftermath kind of thing. They
Hmm.
usually tell you like right before you start the game to do the campaign first before you touch the multiplayer, because you'll get spoiled.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
campaign was good. The storyline was good. I actually liked the story. It was very comic bookish, and I enjoyed it. I liked the development of Kamala Khan. I liked her reactions to every single character. I liked their interactions between them. It was a good like standard Avenger kind of thing with like the C grade versions of the MCU Avengers.
Okay.
I'll say like say for instance, if the Avengers had cosplay, these are the guys.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
much.
yeah.
I mean,
Other than that, like I like the game. I see the potential it could have. I'm just a little disappointed with how it was executed. Like the villains, this lack of villains. You have Taskmaster and you have Abomination. That's it,
mm,
and a bunch of
gotcha.
tanks and a bunch of big ass robots.
That makes no sense that they don't have a roster of just little
I was like, yeah, did y'all play the original Avenger game? Yeah, throw in
that,
a couple of those. Throw in Grim Reaper, throw in Thunderer, throw in Whirlwind, and like those cheesy fucking B characters, like Armadillo
yeah,
Man or some shit. Like, just
yeah.
throw them in
Like,
there.
what's happening? I, none of those people like at all.
No.
Damn, that sucks.
Besides, you just fight Taskmaster like 50,000 times.
Oh, you do. Does he at least like? Does he change costumes?
No. Same dirty costume.
Oh man, come on.
It's a little disappointing. I wish the game was better. I saw some of the scores. Some reviewed it really high. Some reviewed it really low. Got a big mixed review.
The
That's
one thing I see that everybody that's talking about is that the story is good. So
the
if
story,
you
yeah,
want a
the single
story-based
story was
game,
good.
pick it up.
But it's a 10-hour game. Like,
Get it when it's on sale.
yeah. I'll say get it on sale. Don't pay full price.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth full price. I'm a little disappointed in paying full price. I should have waited.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
get
thought you was gonna wait for like at least like the first waves of discounts.
yeah, yeah. Because I had a coupon. That's the reason why I got it.
Okay.
So I got at least $20 off, but still, it's still
Mhm.
expensive. And then I played. I've been dabbling in the Tony Hawk remake. It's been fun. I haven't got that far. I barely play it, but I played around with it like today. I finished the first
How
part.
dare you? How dare you play Avengers over Tony Hawk? Shit. The day you got that game, you should have never touched Avengers again until you beat Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I was just like I actually Jackie been playing it more than if you follow her Twitch channel. Yeah, she'd been playing it. She plays it more than I do, but I've been playing it. I'm almost done with the garage. The first like Tony Hawk's one thing. I made a character. That was about all I did. But
Did you make a chick with a beard? Because you can make a chick with a beard.
yeah, I did not.
Should have made a chick with a beard.
All right, I'll do that. Other than that, that's all I've been really playing. I tried the Battletoads a little bit. It was interesting. I don't care for the animation, but the game plays pretty good.
Okay, so I need to hear your take on it if you get a chance to play through it.
Okay.
Because I hear the problem with the game is not the initial like stages, it's just that they try to hold on to some nostalgia too much, and it ends up making the game worse.
Yeah.
And I mean that in reference to like some of the other things in Battletoads, like the bike stage, and
Yeah.
the wall. Like I hear some of that stuff is not executed great.
I think I'll sit down and like really play it and give a couple hours to it and see where it goes from there, and then I'll have a little review for you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure like it's like I want to have fun with it too. Like I loved Battletoads when I was a kid, so it was like something that's nostalgic, and I did finish it. It was a hard fucking game, but I did finish it. But no Game Genie either. I finished the game. It was hard.
Yes, bro.
But yeah, I definitely will give you a full review when I get time to like really sit down and play. I've been trying to like do Avengers. I'm trying to get level up Captain America 250.
How dare you play Avengers? If you have Tony Hawk.
Yeah, that's true. I have because I got Captain America and I actually got that's been my character.
Okay. All right.
I've been working with Captain America. I actually like how they use him.
I have heard that he is the most popular character.
Yeah, Cap.
Him and Thor are the top two.
Yeah.
From
Thor
people
plays pretty good. I just wish he was a slightly faster with his heavy attack.
Okay.
I wish Hulk was slightly faster because I don't think Hulk is that slow.
Okay.
Kamala Khan is good. Black Widow's really. I think they all play uniquely. The only one I don't really like playing as is Iron Man that much.
Wait. Okay. Let me ask you: was there a pre-order thing for Hawkeye, or is he not out yet? Or something? Like, is he the first character?
Next month. He's out next month.
He's out. Okay. He's the first character.
They kind of tease him in the ending.
Yeah. No, but they not spoiler, but they did release that he was gonna be some type of either DLC or something early. So that's why I know it was him.
It's two characters. It's him and Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop is
Hawkeye.
Young Hawkeye.
Yeah, his protege.
Yes. Is it gonna be the ones from the show? I mean, from the specific comic book?
Yeah.
Because like I love Pizza Dog Hawkeye and Kate Bishop.
That's
I don't
what
know
they
about the
look
regular
like.
ones.
That's what they look like.
They look like the ones from the Matt Fraction.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe. Let's see when those first round of discounts come for that game.
Yeah.
Maybe I might check it out.
No Pizza Dog though. Or maybe they
What?
reference him. If they reference him, I'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
We need Pizza Dog in our lives.
Everybody
Alright.
needs a little pizza.
That's all I've been playing. What you been playing?
Shame on you for not playing more Tony Hawk. That's all I have to say.
I will get on that. I just wanted to finish Avengers because I was already like close to be done.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I'll get into Tony Hawk this week though.
All right. Good.
I'll be past the
I'm
third
good.
level.
Hmm?
I'll be past the third level next time we talk.
Okay. I hope you'll make a female character with a beard. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
The beard tech is so good in that game. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I didn't really play too much. I played some more Fantasy Star 2,
Okay.
PSO 2, because I still, I'm not late onto the bandwagon because the game just came out for PC like last month after being out in Japan for 7 years or something like that. So I'm not really late,
Yeah.
but I didn't exactly jump on it when it first came out because I didn't have the PC for it. So now I'm trying to check everything out, even though I hear it ran on a toaster, which is
Okay.
funny. Um, but I will say I did get into something called the subclass system in that game, which is something they had in Fantasy Star Universe,
Okay.
where you could take another, because that game is like an RPG. So you could be a magic class, a fighter, gun class, and stuff like that. And then they have hybrids, but then they introduced some new ones. And so one of the ones that interests me was called Summoner. So I wanted to see what Fantasy Star's version of a summoner is.
Okay.
And it's fun so far, but it might be because I leveled my other class up so much that the stats affecting everything kind of makes me a lot stronger than I would normally be if I was
Okay.
playing it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because the little I don't know what it looks like a dog with a unicorn horn or something like that,
Yeah.
and it just kills things. It just
Oh,
murders stuff. So I don't you could so the way it works is you have something like a baton, a conductor's baton.
okay.
And what your character does is stand there and wave the baton, which is giving the animal instructions. And so you just take your little guy or girl into the battlefield and then just stand there and press the button. And again, like I said, I guess because of the stats that I've accumulated with the other class,
Okay.
you just watch this dog thing murder all the enemies. So so far, it's not as engaging. I mean, although the you can still get overwhelmed because there's spots when there's a ton of enemies.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part, you could just edge forward to where the enemies spawn and just mash the button, and the dog will just run over to the enemies and kill everything, which is actually kind of funny.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can see how when you get towards the end, the mid game where things ramp up to where you need more people or you need to be on point, that it could be a pain in the ass, or you have to do what you have to do and pay attention. But right now, it's just me mashing buttons, watching this pink dog kill everything. So
That's fun.
uh,
Sounds
that was
fun.
yes. Hey,
Yeah.
listen. I mean, I have not experienced any of the problems plaguing a majority of people when the game first launched on Xbox One
Okay.
and PC in America. So I'm thankful that they ironed everything out because I
Nice.
have not had the game crash, freeze, or any of that stuff. I haven't lost any progress or saves or characters, thankfully.
Good.
So it's been a good time. So there's
Yeah.
that. But unfortunately, what I did have to do was watch this here movie called Tekken. So we're gonna talk about the movie because I watched it. I
You're
didn't
gonna have
watch
to
it for
talk
nothing.
about it.
I know I saw it at a friend's house, but I was not paying attention. We were we
I've
were
watched this
not paying
before.
attention. We were probably playing a game and the movie was on in the background, or
Yeah.
we were just talking, which is what they can't watch movies at certain people's houses because we just shit talk the whole movie. So
Yeah.
whether we like it or not, that's just what we do.
This movie
But
was disappointing.
so this movie, I don't even remember it,
I
and
had hope. I had hope this would be like I had hope this would be like the surprise of our list. Like it'll come out of nowhere and be actually a good movie. I was dead fucking wrong.
yeah, it's just see this this is probably the biggest disappointment on this list.
I think it's
And I,
also the fact that the love of Tekken I have.
yeah, it's the fact that I basically know everything. I have all the games except for like stuff after they did side stuff after 6. They went
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but for the most part, I have every Tekken. I have from 1 through 7.
I think I
I
do
have the
too.
tag games.
I have
So
those
like
too.
for the story stuff
Yeah.
that you would think they reference, you would think they reference. Say the third time, you would think they reference the story of Tekken because it is so specific and so wild. It's like, why wouldn't you make this into a movie? This is bananas. Again, we should talk about. We said it in the last cast in passing, but a man throws his baby into off a cliff and tells him, if you are strong, you will come back and fight me.
Yeah.
And his son comes back and beats his ass and throws him off a mountain.
Yeah.
And then that man comes back, beats his son's ass, and throws him into a volcano. And then we have to wait for like 15 years for his son to get revenge. But anyway,
When his grandson was born.
he still never got revenge. Kazuya didn't throw Heihachi back into a volcano until 7.
No.
In 6, he didn't throw him in a volcano. In 5, somebody else tried to kill him. So yeah. Again, for me, this is the most disappointing because there are flashes of, hey, we know some of the deep cuts.
Yeah.
We know the little things. We know the connections between the characters. We know why certain things would make you go, oh, okay. But they took those things and they basically just used them for surface level.
Yeah.
Which was like just a person saying them in passing and then them having zero meaning.
Yeah.
And then it's just the rest of the movie is the typical video game movie. Why did they change this so hard? This movie is like Mario Brothers with none of the charm.
Yeah,
It's
at least Mario Brothers is funny.
Yeah, but it's charming too.
Yeah.
The actors and actresses and everybody in it leaves you with a lasting impression that makes you, when you really sit down and take yourself out of, this was supposed to be Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
This was, you sit there and go, all right, this wasn't an Oscar-worthy movie, but I sure as hell did not hate what I just watched. This was funny. It had heart. It was a mess, but it pulled it together, right? It was very watchable. It's high on our list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes certain things to get there. This movie has 0 because it takes itself too seriously. It changes way too much for no reason because this movie is still ridiculous, but it's ridiculous in ways that don't relate to the game so much.
Yeah.
And I feel it's just lazy.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie, more than most movies that we've watched, this feels like, oh, somebody had an idea for a movie with this plot.
Yeah.
And took the Tekken characters and copy pasted them on top of it.
Yeah.
Because nowhere in Tekken, whatever, canon history is the world at Mad Max stage.
Yeah.
After nuclear war, the entire society collapsed. There are still countries in Tekken.
Yeah.
This thing they present us with in the beginning of the movie is this one unified state because the entire world is messed up. And the Mishima Empire, which is head by, it's still Heihachi, thankfully.
Yeah.
But
played by Shang Tsung.
By Shang Tsung.
He looked
good
like
job,
a man cat.
but I can't say he even was one of the bad characters in the movie. He was a good job. But the thing about his character was that they relegated him to just being a figurehead.
Yeah.
Whereas Heihachi is not a figurehead. He is of a multi-billion-dollar corporation, but he is also the actual champion of the fighting tournament.
Yeah.
For like the inception. So the first one is him. Second one, he gets thrown off a cliff, so it's his son.
Yeah.
The third one, he comes back, but a Monster Man is the champion. Don't ask me why. And his grandson wins. In the fourth one, Heihachi is once again the champion.
Yeah.
So again, he's not just a face; he's whooping that ass.
Yeah.
Here, he doesn't whip that ass.
He barely does that. He don't even fight.
Here's the thing about the actor too.
Yeah.
That you might not know. As recently, I think it's maybe like 2016. He's in one of those bad Van Damme movies. Those not bad. Those low budget Van Damme movies.
Yeah.
And he fights.
Okay.
So it's not like he couldn't do a little something. They just had him as a figurehead. Go figure.
I actually think he did stunt work for Turtles 1.
I wouldn't doubt that, but that was years ago.
Yeah.
Here we clearly see he's much older.
Yeah, he's old. Yeah, he's a lot older. But yeah,
but the thing is, I'm just pointing out that he's done movies after this one where he's done martial arts, and it's like that's wild. The main person that he's playing is known for whooping ass. How do you do this?
Yeah.
So again, it's just like they looked at the characters, said that looks cool. I played that game. That ending was crazy. And they just copy pasted what they saw but took none of the actual like meat and potatoes of what was given to them. Like
Yeah.
they heard things and was like, "Oh yeah, but we're gonna do this." But those costumes look nice though. So
Yeah.
what you got in this was, and I'll give them credit. Like the costumes they had for just about everybody was on point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Except for
you
Kazuya.
can give Raven some shit for having a different look, but as far as was that Raven suit in the game? Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
So Jin, Christy, even went down to the butt crack pants,
Yeah.
which she had in the game. I mean, the actress probably was like, "Why?" But she did it. Um, Brian Fury looked like him. Kazuya minus the purple looked like him. Heihachi minus him fighting looked just like Heihachi.
Yeah.
He looked for the most part. He's not as big, obviously.
Yeah.
Number one was Eddie Gordo, who's pretty much one-to-one the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, but just Yoshimitsu looked like Yoshimitsu. I mean,
I was a little disappointed with Yoshimitsu.
why you say that? Well, I was disappointed with the whole movie. I can't
Yeah.
ask you why.
Nah,
Of course you were.
like the aesthetic of Yoshimitsu. He did not look like he was a robot.
That's the yeah. I don't think they had the budget for that.
Yeah, but like Yoshimitsu is a robot, so he'd act like he was not a robot.
He was more. He was one of the tamer
Yeah.
iterations of the character.
Yeah.
because he did not have any look. He didn't look weird. He didn't like a bug man or alien or anything.
Yeah.
He just like a dude in a costume.
Yeah.
So, but it was accurate to the older Yoshimitsu's. Like his head looked like the Tekken 3 one. So I was like,
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. So if you were to, if I was just to say, if you really, this is a movie, 100%. If you want to watch Tekken, this is a movie to watch it in just like clips, just so you can see the costumes
Yeah.
and keep it moving, cause ain't nothing of substance here. You know what I mean? We say Kazuya saves the movie. Let's give his actor some shine, cause but we didn't even say who was in this movie. It's
Yeah.
really pretty much a cast of you might not have heard.
Yeah. There's like maybe one or two actors that I know. Well, Shang Tsung is one of them.
So let me go. From the top, Jonathan Patrick Fu played Jin Kazama. Kelly Overton played Christy Montiero. Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa played Heihachi Mishima. Ian Anthony Dale played Kazuya Mishima. Kung Lei, I know him as a martial artist.
Yeah.
Played martial law.
That was sad.
Darren Dewitt Hinton played Raven. Luke Gloss, Steve Fox.
That was another one that didn't look his character or even did anything remotely to his character.
Nothing. No, and there's a big plot point from Tekken that they
Yeah.
go into from that character's inception,
Yeah.
not even mentioned once.
Yeah.
And that's that Nina is his mother.
Yeah.
Not even mentioned once. They don't even hint
Well,
to it.
Nina looked a lot younger than she did.
No, but he's a clone. He's like
yeah,
a
that's true.
kind of like a clone-ish thing.
But
It's a weird thing.
He's
about
still
him.
old, and she was really young.
I'm talking about in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. Speaking of them, Jun Kazama, which is a major character, way down the list. Tamerlan Tamita, Candice Hillebrand, Nina Williams, and Marion Zapico as Anna Williams. Gary Daniels as Brian Fury. The other people who were characters, Ron Huerta was Miguel Rojo, which now Miguel was new.
Yeah.
So
He debuted in
I could
6,
see them
right?
taking the liberties with the character and not really having a defined look for him, but still, like, yeah, he didn't even look anything like that.
Because Raven was in 5, right? He debuted in 5.
Miguel was in 6.
Yeah.
Lateef Crowder, which we know as the real life Eddie Gordo, was
Yeah.
Eddie Gordo.
Yeah. I think he was the best part, like the best design. Like he looked just like the character.
Yeah, but I will also give props to Jin.
Yeah.
Like Jin looked like for all intents and purposes, they got his hairstyle right.
Yeah.
They got his look right. Like the pants. They tried to give certain in-world reasons for things, and it was like okay, but none of it ever really added up to something that just made you go, yeah, but why is Nina wearing that if she's an assassin?
Yeah. It's too bright.
Yeah.
You're
But
not
just like,
assassinating
you know what I'm saying?
nobody. Unless
They
you-
changed the key points. They changed the jacks from being robots into Heihachi's private military force, which is essentially the Tekken force from the games.
Yeah.
So the look they chose, I didn't mind. The thing is, they're not Jacks. That's Tekken force.
Yeah.
The Jacks are trying to beat the Mishimas because they work for the G Corporation.
Exactly.
So another thing is the reason I couldn't even really like take the movie. I don't want to say serious because it wasn't that great to begin with, but for what you're trying to sell me as Tekken, you took the established things that we knew already. So you took the rivalries and turned them into a joke.
Yeah.
They weren't even rivalries. The G Corporation is basically like saying Walmart and Amazon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we the big established giant, but we the other giant over here, and we are going to take your shit, and we're going to be the number one.
Yeah.
That's how it was in Tekken Land. Is G Corporation from those characters' inception? I think it was like 3 or 4 when they first came, because they have to do with, I think at some level Jacks,
Yeah.
but a specific model of Jack. And even in 2, I don't think they tell you who's the corporation behind them.
Yeah, I think it was
So-
on 3. 3 was the one that
think-
it really showcased the company, because even the guy was in the game.
Because they kidnapped Dr. B,
Yeah.
and they have him making things. I think he's
He was such a
responsible for
bad
Brian. So that's the whole thing. He's responsible for Brian and
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu Cybernetics.
Yeah.
So like there's a whole lot of things that just like, why would you just dismantle this? And then later on, there's still a big threat.
Yeah.
The corporation that sponsored Eddie was a different corporation. Now here's the thing. That's not how he got in there. He's rich.
Yeah.
Turns out in his story, his father was like, I think his father was connected.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason he even got involved in Tekken 3. He's looking for his father, and he believes Kazuya has something to do with his father's death,
Yeah.
which is technically true because he worked for a different corporation. So it was like corporate espionage,
Yeah.
where they killed his father. And he's trying to find out how, and he meets Christie's grandfather in prison.
Yeah.
So there's so many links between the characters that they just dismantle.
Yeah.
Christie's she's a main character in this movie, and she's basically taking the place of Anna in the series as at the Tekken 5 point, where the story becomes Jin is on a mission of revenge because his mother gets killed by the Jacks who work for the Mishimas,
Yeah.
and he enters the Tekken tournament, which is like this one thing. Strength through order is Mishima's thing, but it's basically a tournament to find the strongest in the world, but to bring the people of the world together because the world has been ravaged by, I assume, nuclear war.
No.
So everybody's rallying around the Tekken tournament. So because Heihachi is the face, he has nobody to Jin has nobody to blame for his mother's death but
Yeah.
him. So he's gonna go kill her. Also, they killed the soldiers that killed his parents because they just shot a missile at the building, and
Yeah.
that was the most convenient death ever.
Yeah.
How you at one building, dog? Like they said the entire area, it has a name. Like that entire area, like it was basically the Sector 7 slums. I meant to talk to you about that, Murray.
Yeah.
He just stole the slums from Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah. That's what you know what? That's what it reminded me of because I did play the remake of 7. That's what where they lived that reminded me of. The Sector 7 and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did remind me of
It was
that.
like the arena in Sector 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this feel like they liked some other things
Yeah.
and just applied this and slapped Tekken on it.
You know,
what I mean?
one thing I liked, the
Okay.
few things, there's very few. Well, Kazuya was on point. If they would have gave him the purple suit and have him become a devil, would have been perfect.
Yeah. They probably saved that for the second one. Because
I
you know what's
liked
funny?
the
The
Pokemon-
picture is
yeah,
him
go ahead.
with the shaved beard. He has no
Yeah.
facial hair.
Yeah,
And he looks like more like Kazuya. I think
Yeah.
he has like a purple jacket or something on. I'm like,
yeah,
too late.
yeah. And the other thing is the Pokemon Stadium-ish stadium. Like
With
the back,
with
the shit changed. Like
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
jungle. It was a streets and things like that. I thought that was
Mhm.
cool.
That made a lot of sense.
It reminded me of
Definitely made a lot
Pokemon
of sense.
Stadium.
Like I like that just for the see they built the world, but that made sense in that world.
Yeah,
So yeah, I agree.
I
I
thought
agree.
that was pretty cool. But Kazuya is himself. Like I thought he was a good character. Maybe
Hmm.
if you like made him grow his hair out more and straight it up, you would look just like him. But I like seeing how he looked in the second movie. He doesn't look nothing like Kazuya. So I was like, this one actually looks. I could see him playing like the actual Kazuya, but I just wanted more from it. I thought they didn't do that was one of the big storylines, is the double gene and the double gene and shit like that, and they didn't even talk about it like towards the ending of the movie,
Yeah.
but you didn't really like you were
They
like
give you the smallest glimpse of anything
yeah they
because
like
you see
if you
because I
know you
brought it
know
up. You didn't see it well because I brought it up to your
yeah
attention that you can see like the tattoos forming on Jin's back at the end.
yeah I'm not watching it to see that.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to.
But yeah, I felt like that was a missed opportunity because again, one of the biggest storylines in that movie was the double gene. But my other thing that really
Okay.
bothered me about this movie, and it gets a low score because one of my favorite characters was not in this game, in this movie, and it was King. King
Mm,
is iconic for Tekken.
you're right.
How you not put King? Not even for a glimpse. Not even for him to like sharpshooter somebody. You could easily just put him there, just waving a championship belt, and I would have been happy. I would. This would have been two more in my ranking if that would happen.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I was disappointed
you're
with
right.
it. No King.
You're right. 100% right. Like
Paul's
this,
another one that's like
Paul.
iconic
Yeah, he gets a
character.
passing mention.
Yeah.
Like you don't see him. Like again, if this movie had focused on the dynamic between while having Jin be the central character, but also had like a little side story with Paul and Law trying to make money
Yeah.
because they always go broke and shit. Like that would have been better.
I think.
Like it's just so many things. They didn't give any thought to the characters they had.
Yo, seriously, if they would have did that, it would have been another Street Fighter movie.
I mean, yeah, kind of
Because
like.
that's
I mean, you're
because they
not
would be
wrong.
like the Ryu Ken of the
You
world.
know what's messed up? Now that you've mentioned that, it feels like like Namco watched Street Fighter the movie and just took Ken and Ryu from the movie.
Yeah,
That's kind of what they turned in. They morphed into that. Like that's interesting. That's cool.
that's
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, like this is a first impression. This is the first Tekken movie, not the second one, because
Yeah,
I'm sure maybe King is in the second movie. Maybe there's more characters from the original game. Maybe Yoshimitsu is a cyborg in the movie.
I don't
There's
even remember.
lots of
I did
things.
watch the second movie. I don't remember.
There's lots of things that they probably thought about. It's too late. This
Yeah,
was the first impression they had to make, and they made a real bad one. It's all looks, no substance.
yeah,
So I'm not even gonna go through the plots of the movie to try to tear it apart. It's just like it's not good enough,
yeah,
and it's not bad enough. It just falls in this area where it's like it's just disappointing because it. You see how hard they went on the costumes. Why couldn't they go hard on everything else?
there was things that like there was things that you saw, especially if you saw the trailer, that had potential. That you're like, this could be good. But then when you watch it,
Damn.
not so much.
Like they did again to the credit, they did moves from the game.
Yeah,
Like it's funny because we could for sure bring up how they didn't do accurate styles for every character,
yeah,
but they made sure to slow motion and freeze frame on certain moves, so you go, oh, he has that, right?
yeah,
He has that. She has that. She did that,
yeah,
and it's just like, yeah, but guys, like, where's his fighting style though?
yeah,
But but what's up with that? But why is that not his brother? Or why are they doing this? Or why is Brian working for them when he's trying to kill Yoshimitsu in the story? Like that, this makes no sense.
yeah,
Why would Yoshimitsu ever work for Kazuya?
yeah.
He would probably slice his own. He had take his katana and commit ritual suicide
Like he
before
does
he
in the
would join
game.
them. One of his main things is in Tekken 4, he steals the entire Zaibatsu
Yeah,
in one of his endings. He steals the vault. Why would he work for them?
yeah.
Never. Like I'm
So
telling you, it just there's so much stuff that these guys were like, nah, fuck that.
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things that could have been. I feel like there's a lot of things you could have easily done in this movie that to make it better and be more connected to the story of the game, because honestly, the game has a great story. It's probably the most dysfunctional family ever in fucking video games. It's that's one
And
of the
it's
most
so
functional shit.
ridiculous. Nothing makes sense, so it's perfect. Again, it's
Yeah.
perfect for a movie.
Yeah.
It's not just a boring, by the numbers thing. As soon as you start to get into the details of every character, from what they've visually shown you, these characters do over the years,
Yeah.
nothing is normal.
I feel like also this game movie suffers from, I think maybe if it got a more of a serious look at and actually got a better budget, you could have brought in characters that are iconic to people, especially in Tekken, like Lei Wulong. You could probably got Jackie Chan to play him because that's what the character is based on, and
Yes.
like shit like that. Like martial law could have been an actual look-alike. There's actually quite a few lookalikes nowadays of Bruce Lee, so you could get one of those guys now. You watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's a perfect clone of Bruce Lee in that movie.
You're right.
Like those little subtleties of the characters, especially because again, everyone had their character. Everyone liked their character, and those are the guys they'll go gravitate through. My characters were like in the first two was King. I liked Kazuya and I liked the Jin Kazama in 3. Once they changed his kung fu, once they changed his fight style, I hated Jin.
Oh, I love that when he wore the
Yeah.
hood in 4.
I liked the hood. I got good with him. I liked the Mishima style better with Jin.
Yeah, me too. But I like the story reason and
Yeah.
the fact that in a video game because of the way fighting games were, that was one of the rarest things you ever do.
Yeah, because they actually
Every
changed
year,
his full
Same
thing.
style.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, they like fully changed him. Like the only thing he still had was that June combo that he got from his mother. Other than that, the rest was a whole different style, which I understand. I 100% understand. But I got good with it, but I wasn't like crazy about the style. I liked the old style better, just because like that's why I'll go with Devil Jin because he plays
Yeah.
just like the
He plays
Mishima
like the other one. Yeah.
style. But again, there's a lot of iconic characters you could easily done.
And
Yeah.
the thing about Jin is like he's an incomplete character.
Yeah,
Is because they decided to discard the character's origins and like not give you the true reason for why he is the way he is.
yeah,
It's like on one hand I can praise the look and the characterization, like the way that the guy acted in the movie,
yeah,
because I felt that to a certain thing he was an angsty young dude,
Yeah.
and that represented the guy, Jin Kazama well. I was like, yeah, sure. His motivations make sense, the reason he wants to get there. But when you look into the character and you realize that he doesn't know who his father is, but he knows their style of martial arts because in the game, he was trained not only by his mother, he was trained by Heihachi.
yeah,
He was trained by the dude that he is going to kill in this movie.
yeah,
So the character in the game has moves from the guy that he's going to. No, that's not how it's like. That's the thing about this. It doesn't make sense.
yeah,
It's just like taking. It's like taking Luke out of context and just being like, "Oh, I have the rights to Star Wars. I'm gonna make some other shit up."
yeah,
Luke is just a dark side guy. What?
yeah,
Sure, I know he's got the Force. His father's still Darth Vader,
yeah,
but now we're gonna switch it. And
yeah.
it's just like, but you didn't make that character. You got the rights to the movie.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, it was just like video
Hollywood.
games still. And this movie is credited as being. Let me get the exact date. I think it's, let's see, because I went to the photo gallery.
2010.
But
March
yeah, I wanna get
20th, I
that.
think. 2010.
March, right? So March 2010, we can clearly say that video game movies still do not get the respect they deserve because they don't respect the source material.
No.
Because when you think about what I just said, it's like you can't just take Wolverine, put him in a movie, and says he shoots lasers. No, Wolverine has claws in his hands.
Yeah.
So you understand what I mean by established characters? They don't respect the source material. So
Yeah,
like, nah,
I
fuck
agree.
this. Fuck this. So
Um.
on that note, I give this movie a 1, but I still will not let it be below Annihilation.
I'm gonna give it a 1.5 just because Kazuya.
Not even.
He had an inner monologue. Wow.
I can't. This movie.
I had to give credit for that because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. 1.25. 1.25.
Just because of that scene. That shit had just made me laugh. I was like, wow, really?
Like again, seeing the flashes of what could have been in this movie was like, damn, they knew about things
Yeah.
and just made their own shit.
So, where are we going to rank this movie?
This is above Mortal Kombat for me.
MK2.
Like MK Annihilation. This is right above it.
Right above it is under Hitman.
It's under all that because it's so
Okay.
disappointing. So,
Okay. I'm gonna give it a. It's gonna be over Chun-Li. They're both equally bad. I found things.
Yeah,
in this
but I
more.
have more fun making fun of that movie. When I make fun of this movie, I just feel mad. Like this wasn't supposed to be like this, man.
Yeah, I'm putting it over Chun-Li still. I like the movie slightly better than Chun-Li. Just, yeah, this is hard. But yeah, I think it's gonna be the 20 spot. Yours is right before. So yours will be. What's your? What did I take out there? Well, that's my 20 spot. So Hitman would be up, and this would be Tekken. I could see, I understand your part though, because the source material is dear to your heart.
No reason. Tell me why. Why? Because you didn't want to make an ending with them strapping each other to a rocket and sending them in space. You didn't have to do that one.
Yeah.
It's not the canon ending. Damn. They just make them for fun. Damn it.
This will be Chun-Li. All right. So, as of right now, we did 25 movies of all these video game movies we did. Here we go. Number 1, Mortal Kombat. Number 2, Super Mario for me. DOA for you. Number 3 is DOA for me. Mario for you. 4 is Double Dragon. 5 is Street Fighter. 6 is Postal. 7 is Resident Evil 2 for me. Tomb Raider for you. 8 is Doom for me. Resident Evil 2 for you. 9 is Tomb Raider for me. Doom for you. Resident Evil Extinction, number 3. Silent Hills, number 10. Silent Hills, number 11. 12 is Resident Evil. 13 is Tomb Raider 2. 14 is Ring Commander. 15 is... Hold up. I fucked up. 15 is House of the Dead. 16 is Max Payne. 17 is Blood Rain. 18 is The Name of the King. 19 is Tekken for me, Street Fighter. Street Fighter, Legend of Chun-Li for you. 20 is Street Fighter, Chun-Li for me. Far Cry is for you. Far Cry is 21 for me. Alone in the Dark for you. MK2 is 22. Hitman is 22 for you. Hitman is 23 for me. Tekken, 23 for you. Alone in the Dark is last for me. MK2 for you. Am I missing something? I don't know. I gotta go through this again. But anyway, that's our list.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Our
sir.
next movie.
I mean, it's a big list of crap.
All right, next movie is Disney's Prince of Persia.
Oh, all right. I saw this. I remember.
And then we got a duel of Resident Evils right after that.
I didn't even bring it up, but Ubi had a presentation like this past week.
Yeah, they did.
Not the new Prince of Persia remake, which I'm like, what? I can get remaster, but they want to remake Sands of Time. That's a tall order.
Hope they do good. I'm excited for the Scott Pilgrim though.
Yeah, thankfully it's finally back and available to be purchased again.
Yes.
I wonder who. I guess Universal sold the rights because I think who owned it.
Yeah. Or they agreed to something.
So I wonder. What went
So-
down?
But I'm glad to see it coming back. But yeah, next week is Prince of Persia. Disney Prince of Persia. It's on Disney Plus, so that's something I have to look for.
Okay.
And then we have a double feature of Resident Evil, and then Silent Hill Revelations. Those are the next 4 movies coming to our verdict.
Okay. Well, at least the future does not look as bleak as Taken.
Yeah, I actually think. Oh no, we might have one really shitty one towards the ending, but
What's that?
that Dead Trigger one with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh
shit.
Okay.
But there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of ones to get excited about, like Rampage, Sonic the Hedgehog, Detective Pikachu. We got some good ones coming. Excited.
All right.
About
Good.
time.
Good.
There's a lot of shit. All right. Guess we wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That's YouTube, SoundCloud, where you can hear the Wrestling Babble podcast as well. Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, WordPress as well, and the Facebook group Red Cyclone Inc. So,
Yep.
Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on all social medias. You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, and Twitch TV, all Mark the Mic. Follow our Facebook pages, The Wrestling Babble, and the Red Cycling page. We are very active on there as well. Listen to all our other podcasts. We have Shell Shock, The Morphin Cast, There's Not a Trekkie, and the Game of Rage podcast. All have new episodes. Definitely check all of them out. And follow Twitch channel Emperor Chariot. I'll put the link. I'll send you the link. That's Jackie's Twitch channel. She does she's doing Last of Us probably tonight after 10 o'clock. She's been doing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater as well. So come follow, check her out, give her some love.
She's playing Tony Hawk. Why are you not playing Tony Hawk?
She's playing Tony Hawk, that's why. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Because he got them sandwiches at 6 feet only, though.
6 feet sandwich. He can't have a 6 foot sandwich. You have to be
No.
6 feet apart.
No. You can share it, but there's got to be 6 feet on each side of the sandwich.
Yeah. All right. Peace out. Laters.